Hi everybody, welcome to the ECE 113 Final Project Overview. I just wanted to make a quick video that you could reference as you're building your final project and putting together your activity cards for our course. First of all, just a few of the basics. You are putting together 20 activity cards altogether. Please use Word, PowerPoint, Google Docs, or Google Slides to build these. The choice is up to you, but all four are wonderful sources to use. These should be group projects that could be done in a classroom. You will have 10 categories with one infant and toddler and one preschool activity for each category. Let's look at a few more of the particulars now. The ECE final project is activity cards, 20 altogether. These should be original or found activities. So this means if you find the activity someplace, be sure and put the source of where you found it, whether it's on the internet, in a book, or maybe even from a friend. What should be on the cards? Number one, the top of each card should contain the title of the activity, so it's easy to identify, the age group or age range that you might do the activity with, the goals of the activity, and I'd like for you to have at least 3 goals on each one, materials needed, overview, length of time needed for the activity, the source, and how the activity is age appropriate. So on each of your cards, you need to have all of this information. Number 2, you two are choose your activities using the following categories. You should have one infant or toddler activity and one preschool activity for each category. So your categories are A, science or sensory, B, language and literacy, C, creative arts, D, fine motor, and these should specifically be indoor activities, E, gross motor, and these should be outdoor activities, F, self-concept, G, emotional skills, H, social skills, I, mathematics, and J, music. So those categories are pretty broad. It should take you not very long at all to find the 20 activities. The hardest part is going to be putting them together and getting all the required information on each one. The grading will be graded according to the completeness of each card, how well the activity goes with the specified age group, if you've got the correct number of goals for each activity. So be sure and follow the exact directions so that you get everything for each one. Here's an example of a template that includes all the information that you would need on a single card. Now you'll notice in the upper left hand corner it says it's got a number mark. You're welcome to number these activity cards. You don't have to, but it's a great way to help yourself keep them in order and count how many you have. You'll have the title of the activity, the category, age group, the goals, the materials needed, the overview, the length of time, the source, and how the activity is age appropriate. So be sure and pay attention to this. You do not have to use this exact format. This is just a suggestion of something you might use. However, you may have another idea in your head. You're welcome to use that as well. Here's an example of a completed activity card. This one's animal tag. You'll see we've got the name, number 5. This is a gross motor activity that would be done outdoor with preschool, so those are both listed as well. The goals are to teach safe tagging practices, develop hand-eye coordination, practice and learn animal sounds, increase fine and gross motor skills. So if you'll take just a moment to think about the activity and the goals that you might have or the skills that they might learn from it, it'll take you just a few minutes. Just a little bit of thought, and please come up with at least 3, remember. The materials needed for this activity is just a large outdoor play area. Then we've got the overview, and this should be pretty specific because I want you to be able to look at the card and know exactly how to play this game or do this activity. So with animal tag, the overview, the goal is to turn everyone into the same animal as your group. Group children into 2 groups, assign each group to be an animal. So you might have dogs and cats, cows and horses, alligators and dragons, I don't know, however you'd like to group your children. Once the game begins, all children should be making animal noises and trying to safely tag each other. We use the specific term butterfly touch on the shoulder, so they're not slapping each other, they're not hitting each other, it's a butterfly touch. Once a child is tagged, she or he becomes the animal of the person that tagged him or her. The goal, the game continues until all children are the same animal, and you'll know they're the same animal because they'll all be making the same animal sound. The length of time about 30 minutes, but that really depends on how many different rounds of the game that you play. You can make it shorter or longer, depending on what's needed. The source is playworks.org. This is a great source for activities if you have a chance to go there. And then lastly, how the activity is age appropriate. Animal tag is appropriate for the preschool child because it actively engages them in play, uses many fine and large muscle groups, and helps them practice important coordination skills while releasing energy. So this is my wording. This is what I came up with. However, just like on the goals, you're going to think about the activity and you're going to consider, is this age appropriate? So animal tag would not be appropriate for infants or toddlers. It wouldn't be realistic that they could actually play this game. However, it's wonderful for preschoolers that have a little more coordination and can understand rules. I hope this helps you out a little bit. Please don't hesitate to call, text, Facebook, email me if you have any more questions on the final project. I'd be glad to help out. Of course, even on the weekend, even in the evenings, we're very flexible. Thank you all.